Somebody told me this time last year. Everybody getting upset. And I accept everybody's opinion. James Corden is absolutely heartbroken at having to leave the Late Late Show. And during a chat with Howard Stern, Corden spilled the tea on his celebrity friendships, his Late Late Show legacy, and why exactly he decided to leave the show. This one was a meal that I think was back in 2014 when I sent a dish back that had hair in it, and the other was last week. So when I read this post, the Emmy-winning host dished on his close bond with A-listers like Adele and Harry Styles, revealing that they are genuine friendships that go beyond just showbiz acquaintances. He also talked about his experiences with other celebrities, like taping Carpool Karaoke with Sir Paul McCartney and being unable to get Jennifer Lopez in the car when it comes to the so-called late-night wars. Corden shared his thoughts on whether they are overblown. It's pretty impossible to drill it down, but the real reason behind Corden's departure from the show was his commitment to his family. With his children getting older, he wanted to make the move before they had forged more meaningful lives of their own. Time is playing tricks on me in a way that I am deeply uncomfortable with. I feel like my son learned to ride a bike yesterday. You know, he wanted to live closer to his parents and cherish the time they have left to have missed out on those moments in exchange for money. Doesn't feel like a good decision, Corden added. Despite leaving the Late Late Show behind, Corden's career is far from over. He has a few projects in mind, but Howard Stern had to ask, "Promise me you won't start an OnlyFans?" Corden replied with a laugh. "I cannot promise you anything at this moment because I think we can all agree that would be far more profitable to me than any contract CBS could offer with his family at the forefront of his mind." The 44-year-old actor and presenter admitted to The Sun that stepping down leaves him in unknown territory, confessing this is a link to a celebrity quote to use over the narration. "Right now, there are a lot of unknowns. It just feels very strange knowing everything is going to change. But try to hang on to the fact that change is fundamentally a good thing." Reflecting on his time hosting the show, Corden shared with the publication, "I think I have to spend a little bit of time letting this all go. It has been a noisy 8 years, and right now I'm going to try and focus on having a little bit of silence." Despite his successful tenure, he expressed his hope that he hasn't taken his stint on the show for granted, adding it's been an incredible run as a Buckinghamshire native and star of TV's Gavin and Stacey. James has amassed a glittering circle of A-list friends in California, including Prince Harry, during an interview with The Sun. A message reportedly popped up from the royal, to which Corden quipped, "Oh God, wouldn't you just love to see these?" having turned down a reported $40 million offer to stay on the show. Corden shared with the publication, saying for the money would be the wrong reason to do it. "You have got to keep changing stuff up. You have to keep going and exploring and finding more stuff about yourself in the journey of it all." Instead, he is looking forward to spending more time with his family, including his wife, Julia Carey, and their 3 children, with nearly 1,200 episodes of The Late Late Show under his belt. Corden's first episode premiered on March 23, our day, 2015, with Tom Hanks as a special guest. He had succeeded Craig Ferguson, Tom Snyder, and Craig Kilborn as the program's host. So it'll be interesting to see who takes over for him on The Late Late Show. But there is something James Corden isn't telling us, and it may have something to do with the bucket load of allegations surrounding his departure from the show. One particular instance was in 2019 when a Reddit AMA revealed several personal experiences with Corden that painted him in a negative light. The story involved James on a plane with a crying baby. While most people would have been annoyed, the comedian just put his headphones on and kept to himself, which surprised the observer. But it was what happened after the plane landed that really ruffled feathers. The woman with the crying baby turned out to be James' wife and the baby was his. Yet he did not offer to help her with their bags. So it has made people question if James is really leaving the show for his family, or because of something else like, say, being a walking disaster. Other stories in the AMA claim James was rude to fans and production staff, including an incident at a Writers Guild Association meeting where he allegedly advocated for lowering pay for writers. One commenter even claimed to have seen him cursing out everyone in a restaurant while hanging out with Harry Styles. One Reddit user said James was not nearly as nice as he seemed. "All I can say is that James Corden has come into my work 3 times. I politely said hello to him, and of those 3 times he said hello back 0 times. Not even a smile. Just a quick neutral face glance." In October 2022, James was called out by Keith McCall, the owner of the iconic New York City restaurant Balthazar, for his alleged bad behavior towards servers. According to Keith, James was extremely nasty and demanded special treatment because of his celebrity status. As a result, he banned James from ever dining at Balthazar again. James Corden is a hugely gifted comedian, but a tiny cretin of a man. Keith wrote in an Instagram post that quickly went viral, and the most abuse. Use of customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. But after James reportedly reached out to Keith to apologize, the restaurant owner had a change of heart. Anyone magnanimous enough to apologize to a deadbeat layabout like me doesn't deserve to be banned from anywhere, Keith wrote in a follow-up post. However, not everyone is so quick to forgive and forget. In fact, some internet sleuths have unearthed an old clip of James struggling to name members of his own crew while playing a game on his show, The Late Late Show. Ouch! One user even commented James could not name a single cameraman that he works with while flushed face. I don't know what to say. Speechless, another said the fact that James Corden couldn't name 2 of his camera operators speaks volumes about him, and that's not all. James has also been accused of stealing jokes from other comedians during an episode of The Late Late Show. James made a quip about Elon Musk's new Twitter verification plan that sounded eerily similar to a joke told by comedian Ricky Gervais in his 2018 Netflix special, Humanity. In a tweet the next day, James admitted to inadvertently telling Ricky's joke, claiming that he had no idea it had been previously performed by the comedian, obviously not knowing it came from him, James wrote. Corden's antics have unsurprisingly earned him heat from the general public. But did you know that even his peers in the industry don't really like him? Ricky Gervais and James Corden have been at each other's throats since Corden parodied Gervais on Horn and Corden back in 2009. Since then, Gervais hasn't held back in his criticism of Corden's work, including his performance in the flop musical Cats. One Twitter user seemed to confirm that James Corden hate club in the industry, saying, "Lol, James Corden is a loser." He is looked down upon and made fun of by the entire entertainment industry. Even Sir Patrick Stewart couldn't resist taking a dig at Corden's hosting skills when he presented at the Glamour Women of the Year Awards in 2010. "Don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets, looking around as though you wished you were anywhere but here," Stewart quipped. But Corden's feud with Kevin Hart is just as heated. The two went head-to-head on Drop the Mic, with Corden taking several jabs at Hart's height. However, Hart claimed that Corden is not the nice guy he seems, and then he's actually the subject of ridicule and ostracization behind the scenes. Britney Spears also had some not-so-great things to say about Corden while doing carpool karaoke with him. She found the experience extremely awkward. Despite Corden's seemingly friendly demeanor, Spears alleges that he may have been manipulative, playing her hit song Hit Me Baby One More Time multiple times despite her request not to. Spears played along, but it's clear she didn't have the best time. Corden has even confessed that there have been times in the past when he's fallen for his own hype. He was persuaded by his family at one point to undergo therapy to stop him being a brat. Fellow Gavin and Stacey comedy actor Rob Brydon also had to intervene and inform Corden that his spoiled behavior was out of control. So it's certainly very possible that the real reason James is leaving isn't because he wants to, but because he has to. I mean, it would be a pain to keep him on board when he's a walking bad press magnet. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.